Hey guys, what's going on? We're back today and we are going to be installing a stereo up here in this 2022 Can-Am Defender Limited. This is a full cab model. Now what we have for stereo, a KICKER Marine KMC2 Bluetooth stereo. So nice thing about that, you only need a 3-inch mounting hole here in the center, and it is a Marine unit. And then we also have the KICKER Marine speakers. Okay, these are 6.5-inch speakers, and these are actually the speakers that have the backlight in them. So we're going to mount the stereo in the center, the 2 speakers on the outsides, just like they would be from the Can-Am factory. So first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to have to take this panel down. So I'm going to get Torx bit, and we're going to pull all those screws out. Oh, T25 Torx. Just gonna grab my handy dandy impact driver. Once the rear view mirror is unscrewed, then the whole upper panel will come down just like that. And okay, and if you look at the back, you can see they actually have where the factory speaker locations would be marked out. And while I've got it here, we're going to pop out 2 of these switch covers, because we're actually going to be installing one for the lights and the speakers. That way, if at night I don't want them on because it makes it hard to see, I can shut them off, and the other one to actually power the stereo itself. Now, right up here, this should be our bus bar, our roof mount bus bar that I can tie into to actually power the stereo. So I'm going to take a multimeter and just double check and make sure that that does have power to it. As long as it does, that's exactly where we're going to tie into for our power to our stereo, and I'll show you all that here in just a little bit. Okay, now I've gone to the back side of the panel and I've located center there. The original circle cutouts are 5 inches, which 5 inches is what I need for the speakers that I'm using. So here, with center located, I'm going to use a circle cutter and a drill. I'm going to drill through center first, and I've got that set to 1.5 inches from the center of the bit to the very tip of that point. So it'll give me a 3-inch hole. I'm going to drill through from the back, then I'm going to flip it over and actually cut through from the front, so the cleanest part of the cut is on the outside. There we go. I'll take my knife. I'll just clean up the burr. Now that's all, that hole is cut, we can work on these 2 out here. In order to do that, I'm going to try to do it with my utility knife. Now, we just need to finish out a few spots. There we go. Clean her up just a little bit. To double check, we'll make sure the speaker's not through there. Make sure it'll fit in the hole. And it does. very nicely. Perfect. Now we'll do the same thing on the other side. I'll bring it back when I get done with that. Okay guys, now that we have all our holes cut, we're going to get to mounting up our components. These are the two switches I'm going to use, and I just ordered these offline, so I'm just going to snap these into these holes. So those two are in. Pardon the hay blowing around. We were feeding horses the other day. Alright, those are in. Now, I'm going to drop my speakers through. What's there? Bring the grill on top. Heaven sakes. So we, it says kicker at the top. Our screws here. Move this over to the center of the shop. This way I don't have to chase them. Hold this up. Get it where the kicker is up top. And up. And make sure she's all centered up in the hole. And then we'll put our screws in. Be careful, you don't want to overdo it since it is just ABS plastic. There we go. That one's in. We'll scoot over to this side. Okay. Now that we've got those two in, we're going to open up our stereo. And pull it all the way up. There's that. All the wiring. Now we're just going to drop, first thing before we drop it through, we're going to take our two studs. We're going to take our studs, and there's nuts and lock washers there, but the studs thread right into the back of the stereo, just like this. Okay, and then we're just going to drop it through the hole, like that. Once we get it through the hole, turn you around. And on the back side, this bracket slides directly over the studs, and then just like you'd mount gauges, and then a lock washer, a nut, same thing on the other side, lock washer, and a nut. I'm going to get a pair of pliers so I can tighten those up just a little bit. So I just got a little baby adjustable wrench. We're just going to keep that from blowing away. Tighten this down. I want to get this thing ridiculously tight, just tight enough to, which is not going to go anywhere. That's in here nice and tight. I'll make sure it's a little rotated just a little bit. We'll just straighten it back up. That looks good. Now that's done. Everything there is done. Now it's time to wire it all together. Anyhow, I had to go find my electric meter. Long story. Anyway, so what we're going to do here is these switches. I'm not even going to get into wiring the switches because that's going to be specific to any switch you have. The only one I'm going to wire up right now actually is going to be the one right next to the stereo, because I don't have the light plug-ins. I'm going to have to contact the company that I bought these from, because they didn't send me with the rest of the plug-ins. So we'll figure that out later. Not real thrilled about it, but what are you going to do? And then here. So these are the wires that I need to be dealing with right here. So we're just going to strip that back. Already got it pre-cut. I'll probably fast forward this to save you all some of your life here. That's my power. So that's going to be coming off of that switch. I'm actually going to take a piece of heat shrink and put over it. I'm just going to connect it directly to a roof mounted bus bar. I'll show you that here in a minute. So just like that. Okay, then that's the ground, that's power. We'll just slide, this is a hot. We'll shrink that down. But before I dive into that, I'm going to get set up to make up the speaker wires. So as you can see, this extension cord has seen some better days. It's all good. Now, got some speaker wire here, and we just need enough of it to go back and forth. Well, just going to split it. Strip it. Give me a little more. Make sure we got plenty to get over to our connector here, which shouldn't be an issue. Just a little extra, never hurts. So this is up there in the ceiling. This is going to be right front. My gold colored wire is actually my positive. Come on. Right front negative. Oh crap. That's what happens when you forget your heat shrink. You have to take it all back apart. You have a deep-to-deep moment, just like I just did. Okay. Before we get too much farther, let's try and solder these buggers up. Watching it. Alrighty, that side's done. Now we can do the other side. I'll bring you back once we get the other side done. You saw me do the first side, so now we're all set to try and tuck her all back in here. And let me get in here without my head in your way. Right up here is your roof mounted bus bar. This front one is a ground. These two are key on hots. So we're going to take, we've got two grounds that we need to attach. And hopefully, I'm going to have to loosen that up a little more. And we're going to do the same with this positive. Okay. We'll switch our ratchet over just to make our life easier here in a second. Now we're going to take that one. Let Evans get in there. Slide it in. Take this one. Now slide it in and try not to push the other one back out. And then we're going to tight. Never mind. This is where having an extra set of arms would come in handy. Okay. You don't have to go super tight, just get it snug. And then we've got a positive, goes right there. Tighten it back up. And just get it good and snug. And then I'm not wiring any other switch because they didn't send me the cords to attach the lights on the speakers, so we're not going to wire that in. We're going to get all our wiring tucked out of the way here so that we can mount our get that up in here where it needs to go. Hopefully. There we go. That one started. Get that one started. Before I go and tighten any of these up, I want to get everything started. That way I know we're all in the correct positions. I don't need to wiggle it around. So sometimes these clip nuts will come loose, and it's just a pain. You just got to deal with it. Get it back on. That one's in. That one's in. Got those two in. Those two are in. Those two over there are in. And somehow I ended up with one extra. By the looks of it, must have fallen on the ceiling because the Loctite on it is still there. So now we've got all those, we've got all that installed. Let's turn the key on. Yep. Turn that off so you don't have to hear it. Flip that switch on. It's powering up. We're hitting Bluetooth. I'm going to go into settings and KMC KICKER. Click it. It is now connected. So now we'll go to Pandora.
I've been working this job 9 to 5. Minimum wage and overtime.
Well, it works. I'm gonna have to make some adjustments to it. I can't play too much music or they'll flag me for copyright. So that switch is set up. That one's not powered. That switch is set up to power the stereo. Now, finish it out. One last thing. We got this nice trim bezel. Dooby-dooby-doo, it just slides over. Yeah, yep, like that. I got a chrome one I could use, but I don't know. We'll just go with the black one. It looks good enough. Now, we got a stereo in here. So, guys, like I said, give me a thumbs up, rate the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you on the next one. There's going to be a lot more videos on this Can-Am. Let you know how I like it, what we're going to do with it, things I'm going to change, things I'm going to add, like the stereo here. And so stick around. We'll see you on the next one, guys.